Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought we would get ready together, chat a little bit, and just transform ourselves together. So grab your makeup because it's gonna be one heck of a video. As we all know, a lot of us are on stay-at-home orders. Majority of us are. So I figured we would just sit down and do like a little transformation, even though we're not really going anywhere. But in all seriousness, there is a lot going on right now in the world. I did speak about it very briefly in my vlog. If you guys haven't seen that, you can definitely check that out. But my hope for today's video is just for it to be like a distraction, especially for those of you who are having trouble finding things to do or finding things to keep you entertained at home. So this video hopefully will be a great distraction. Alright guys, so we're just going to jump in and get started. I am of course going to be starting with primer, of course, but my face is washed, it's cleansed, it's moisturized, and I even put on my SPF. Even though we're staying home, SPF is still important because you have your UV and UV rays from your computer, from your cell phone, whatever electronic device that you're using or can think of, it has those rays in it. So you want to make sure you're protecting your skin at all costs. So still put on that SPF. For primer, I am going to be using two. The first one is this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. You guys know I love this primer right here. It's like one of my holy grail primers that I'm constantly using. And a new one that I fell in love with, which you guys should know, is the Pure 4-in-1 Correcting Primer. I really want to go in with this one because it does have some really good ingredients in it. The ingredients include aloe, coconut water, and it has some probiotics. I am going to be going in with a brush. This is just the Real Techniques 101 brush. This is their complexion blender brush, but I'm going to be using it for my primers just because I'm trying to practice not touching my face as much when doing my makeup. I know that I said I wanted this video to be a distraction for everyone, and I really truly do. But I do want to say that I really hope that everyone is staying home, isolating themselves if necessary, and, you know, just being safe. So make sure you're constantly washing your hands and all that good stuff. It's honestly kind of crazy how often people used to wash their hands before versus now. It kind of scares me a little bit. And honestly, just speaking of myself in general, like, yes, I washed my hands, but not nearly as much as I do now, of course. And now that I'm thinking about it, like, I should always wash my hands before I eat. And I never used to do that. I know I can't be the only one. Let me know down in the comment section down below if you find yourself washing your hands more so now than before. And if you feel like there are times that you're washing your hands now that you should have been doing it prior. Let me know. So I used the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer first, but honestly I feel like I should have used that last. But I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Pure Primer on this flat like foundation brush. I normally use this brush for like my face masks and stuff, but I'm just going to use it for this primer. And this smells so good, you guys. It really smells really good. Now I'm going to go in with my color corrector. This is the Brightening Peach from Pixie by Petra, and I'm just going to use this just to color correct above my lip because I did shave my mustache. If you guys didn't know, I got a mustache. So I'm going to use this just to color correct a little bit above my lip, not too much of it, and then put a little bit, just a little bit underneath my eyes, not too much. I found that the under eye cream that I've been using from Ole Henriksen has been working wonders, the Banana Bright under eye cream. So I don't really find myself needing too much color corrector underneath my eyes. I don't know if I said or not, but I am not going to be setting my primer today. I don't know, it's just one of those days where I just feel like I want to put foundation on without actually setting the primer. So we're going to move straight into foundation, and I'm choosing to use my Holy Grail, which is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I have two different shades here. One is Syracuse, which is the darker one, and then the lighter one is Stromboli. I do have another lighter shade as well, so I get confused on which one's what, but those are the two that I'll use. And I am going to use my finger as I normally do to apply this. I know I said I was going to try not to use my hands today, but for this specific step, I did make sure I washed my hands, so at least I did that, right? I have been home officially today for a week and a day. And it's kind of refreshing, to be honest. I don't know if you guys know, but before I started the job that I have now, I used to be home 24/7, literally. So to me, it's not a big deal of me being home right now. It's gonna take a whole lot longer for me to start getting bored. But if any of you are struggling with staying at home, not knowing what to do, just kind of losing your minds and going crazy, then you can definitely, for one, follow me on Instagram, because I post what I'm doing on the daily almost. And I also like post like tips and ideas for you guys to try or do or whatever if you're finding yourself to be bored. So I've been doing a lot. I'll kind of share with you guys some of the things that I've been doing to keep busy. For starters, I feel like me being home has really given me the ability to like expand my creativity. Like when it comes to my Instagram posts, I'm being super creative with those. Normally I don't have time to really put into Instagram, but now that I'm actually learning and doing more things, I feel like it'll be better. Even when we go back to being a normal society, I'll be able to do it with no problem. Also my channel, you know, just kind of learning and watching videos and stuff just to improve things. One of the things that I did try to improve was the lighting situation. So if you guys can't already tell, the lighting in this video is so much different and better than my previous videos. Not that that was super bad quality, but I feel like this is more true to color. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I'm gonna now take my concealer. I'm gonna use the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I really have been loving this. Super full coverage. And this is a very light shade. So what I'm gonna do is just drag this down in 3 lines or 4 down the sides right here like that. I'm gonna put a little bit here, 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 because you want to balance out, you know, the brightness on your face. You don't want your under eyes to be super bright and this is dark. So blending all of this out, I'm just using the new e.l.f. sponge. I actually really do like this sponge, to be honest. And I'm just using that just to blend everything. And then with this, just tap underneath the eyes. So when it comes to blending your concealer underneath your eyes, you just kind of want to like really tap it out on the edges because you want it to be seamless and blended. But try not to tap as much underneath your eye. So just do a few taps and kind of be done. So you don't want to blend it completely out underneath there. That way you get the best coverage and you're not taking away from it. So another thing I've been getting into is TikTok. And I will leave the name of my TikTok or like my username or whatever in the description, just in case any of you guys want to follow me on there. I'm not doing like a lot yet, but it's very addicting. Very addicting as far as watching and trying to do like the dances and stuff. So, I mean, I find it to be fun, but nobody told me how much work you really have to put in for that app. Crazy. But all that information will be down below. I did do one TikTok, like official TikTok that you can see that's not private, and it's a makeup one, obviously, because I feel like that's what I do best, my makeup. I think this concealer is blended, but that's what I do best, my makeup. So I did have that posted on there, and it is live and viewable for everyone. So if you guys want to check that out, you can do that. But I think it's a really like cool app, you know, it's definitely in. I wasn't really into like learning about TikTok or even getting on TikTok prior to all of this, but when you're stuck in the house and you're in the house bored, as they say, yeah, you do things you never thought you'd do. I am going to cream contour. I'm going to use the F13 foundation stick from Makeup Revolution, and I'm just going to use my beauty sponge to do that as well, and just tap. You guys know I like this method versus applying it directly to my face, because I feel like this gives me lighter coverage and it's not too harsh and it blends out nicer. Also on TikTok, my sister and her husband sent me and my girlfriend a video from like TikTok, obviously, kind of like challenging us. So we still have yet to send our video back to them, but definitely be doing that. But you guys can do things like that with your family members, even though you can't see them. You know, you guys can text back and forth, use TikTok's platform to kind of compete against each other and just do fun challenges. I think that definitely keeps us entertained, and it's pretty funny. There's also some pranks that they do on TikTok that I've taken and I've tried to do. I've been successful with one, not so successful with the other one, but it's still fun stuff to do, you know, and it just distracts you from the craziness going on in the world. So before I actually set my under eyes, I want to bronze like the cream bronzer contour situation that we just did. And I'm just gonna go in with the Hoola Benefit bronzer. You guys know I love using this bronzer for like my nose contour. I don't really use it so much for the rest of my face, but today we're definitely gonna do that. I did bring my MAC bronzer just in case this doesn't work out to my liking, but I think we'll be fine. So I'm just gonna use this everywhere. And I'm using the It Cosmetics dual-ended brush. Don't really know what the name of the brush is because it doesn't say. But just using this, the bigger side, to just brush this on this part of my face. And then I'll use the smaller side of this to kind of like bronze and contour my nose. Now what I just realized is that I didn't cream contour my nose. Normally I do. If I'm cream contouring like the rest of my face, I'll do my nose as well, but today I didn't do that intentionally. It's just sometimes when I'm talking too much, I forget things. So we're not gonna stress it. It's not that big of a deal. If I ever feel like my bronzer looks a little too splotchy, like over here on this side, I just take a bigger brush. This one I believe is from Moda, and you can find Moda brushes at Walmart. Yeah, this is Moda Studio. I did get this in a BoxyCharm, but I know they have Moda brushes at Walmart, and I'm just using this just to further blend out that bronzer so it's not looking choppy. So to set underneath my eyes, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Banana Bread Powder. This has been a really good powder to use. I love it. It's very brightening and it's very gentle underneath the eyes, and it does not have flashback. I do want to say that I've also been up to other things. I've been watching a lot of Netflix, a lot of YouTube, obviously. I just watched this show on YouTube. It was under the movies tab called A Girl Like Grace. And if you've ever seen the Tyler Perry movie called A Fall from Grace, that one's good too. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But both of those are really good. I thought A Girl from Grace was like similar to the Tyler Perry one, but it's not. But it's still a good movie. I watched it last night. You can also do like a spa day. I'm gonna be ordering a, what is that called? Facial steamer from Amazon, because I want to do like an at-home spa day. You know, if there's one thing I miss, it's my freedom. Like honestly, I miss just being able to get in the car and just go wherever I want to and not have to worry about anything. But can't do that right now. I just miss going to the mall, shopping, getting my nails done. Oh my gosh, my nails look so crazy, you guys. And the thing about it is the only reason why my nails weren't done prior to this whole thing starting is because I had broke one so badly that it needed to heal. And of course, by the time it healed, well, we're on lockdown. So yeah, my nails are looking kind of crazy. Rather embarrassing, but I need to figure out a way to get the acrylic off. Let me show you guys. You see that? I'm embarrassed. Like, what the heck? And I hate it because this bottom part right here keeps getting caught in my hair. It's like the worst thing ever. So I did decide to put extra powder underneath my eyes. Originally, I wasn't gonna bake, but here we are. Powder underneath our eyes. So now we're gonna move on to shadow. I am gonna be using the Desi Katie Friendcation palette. This was a favorite of mine for a while. I put it down because I got a lot of new different palettes to play with, test out, try, etc. But we're coming back to this. So I think for today, although I'm unsure what I'm wearing to, you know, chill in the house, I'm gonna take, let's just keep it neutral, this brown shade down here and this darker brown shade up here. So I'm just gonna take a mixture of the two, not too much of the dark one, tap off my brush. So I thought we were recording, but we weren't. But now that we are, I can kind of show you guys what I did. I didn't do too much. So all I did was take this Kat Von D, this was like on lipsticks, like little mini lipsticks from Sephora. Because it has a straight edge, I'm just going to use this to hold it like right here, kind of like at an angle. Then I'm going to take my brush and feather these shadows on there just to kind of create like a wing a little bit. Then I take my brush, because it is so pigmented, wipe it off, and then use that same brush to kind of blend it up and in. Kind of like how I normally do, but when I do it like by myself, it's more of like a rounded look because I don't have that crisp, clean line. Now I do have a clean line, so I can get the line basically. Now I'm just gonna take the lighter brown shade, not the darker one, because I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm gonna come in more, just tap and blend up. To me, this is like super effortless, but still very much glam and pretty. I really like dark browns in my outer corners, just blown out like this. Using my finger, I'm gonna take a little bit of the green shimmer in here, just a little bit. I'm gonna tap this in the center of my lid only. That's just a really pretty green and I really love it. So just tap, 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 and kind of leave like a pinch of space in this inner part because we're gonna put something else there. So I'm gonna do that with both eyes. So before we get to the innermost part of the eye, I'm gonna take a little bit more of the darker brown, and I'm gonna take this on an M506 brush. And I really love this brush because it does really good with detail work. And I'm gonna mix the brown shade that we just picked up into the green and just kind of blend that on the outer portion of the eye. You want everything to just like blend seamlessly and look nice. So this helps with that. So actually, before we get to the inner portion of the eye, I'm just gonna layer whatever color or shade I use in the inner part of my eye on top of the green. So I do want to take a little flat definer brush and just kind of bring that all the way in. And then what I like to do is tilt my head back a little bit and bring it almost basically up into the crease. That way it gives it a more nicer and seamless look, and it looks nicer that way to me. So I picked out two different shadows to use originally with the look that I was kind of creating in my mind. And first of all, let me just say this is far from what I was originally gonna do, but I really do like it. The first one is the Vitalist Healthy Glow, like a highlighter illuminator. This is from CoverGirl, and I was gonna use this one originally, but it has like a pink, kind of like tone to it, as you guys can see. It's like a soft pink. But instead of using this, I'm actually gonna use the Color Tattoo 24 Hour Eye Studio Little Shadow, and this one is in bold gold. So I feel like since we have like gold going on the lids with the green, this will just make it pop even more. So I'm gonna take my really tiny flat definer brush. This is the JH42 brush from Morphe. I'm gonna press this into the pan. I will say this shadow is probably best applied with your finger, but since we have to get like right in here, I'm just gonna use this brush and just press that in here. All right, I don't feel like it's making that much of a difference, honestly. Thought it was gonna be more, I don't know, like wowing. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on my finger and just tap it right on top of that green to see if we get any payoff. Not exactly what I was going for. Kind of made it like less green in a sense, but since I did it on that eye, I have to do it on the other one. Kind of wish I didn't use this. Like, I feel like I have more product on my hand. I feel like that took off all my shadow. All right, so we're back, and that was pretty horrific, I must say, but I fixed everything. I just went on top of it with the green shimmer shade again. So now we are gonna finish off the face. I'm gonna first apply my blush. I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Dim Infusion. It's just a nice pink blush, just to bring a little bit of flush of color back into the skin. I'm going to use my Almar Cosmetics brightening brush. Typically you would probably use this for highlight, but I'm just going to use it to apply a little bit of blush. And now for highlight, I'm just going to go ahead and use my Carly Bible palette, just the highlighter shades out of here. I'm going to take this one and a little bit of this one, but mostly this one. I know you guys can't get this anymore, but we're just doing our makeup together, so I figured it'd be okay if I used it. I do really enjoy using this highlighter. Alright beauties, so this is the finished and final makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, I hope you guys are staying home, isolating yourselves, and staying safe. Let us know down in the comment section down below what you guys are doing to entertain yourselves while you're at home. Again, you can follow me on Instagram to keep up with my day-to-day life, because I post pretty often now on there. And with that, we are going to close out the video. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video or vlog, whichever one comes first.